Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the X Factor Daily NBA show. We got a full house today, all three of us in here to break down 7 games from last night and 7 games on tonight. So we'll hop right into it. But before we do, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell some friends. Let's get this thing rolling. The Oklahoma City Thunder went out and just absolutely had their way against the New York Knicks yesterday in New York, 145 to 135 for the Thunder. Rather, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just continues. I mean, that's the moral of the story. He had 37, 5, and 8 with 3 steals and 2 blocks. Josh Giddey had a triple-double. Every time he's in New York, he plays really well. He had 24, 10, and 12. Lou Dort with 24. Poku with 12. Jeremiah Robinson Earl with 17. Fred, this Thunder team is a lot of fun to watch in a weird way. It's like they just spread the floor and let Shea go to work. And then if he can't get a bucket, he's finding someone else. What have you seen from this Thunder team that you really enjoy?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the Shea show, but I got to highlight Josh Giddey, man. I think he's been playing some really good ball. And I think he's the perfect complement. Someone say it for me. I can't say it right
Yeah,
now.
I got you.
Complimentative,
Complimentary.
Dude, wow.
Complimentary.
There we go.
Yeah.
Guard to Shea. I think he, also being a big guard, he shoots fine, but he's another guy who wants to get downhill. He does a great job facilitating. And I just think they've built such a weirdly good team around Shea, and I'm really intrigued to watch them when they get Chet off injury. It just gives them another lengthy piece, another defensive guy. So it's a good team, man. I mean, I don't think they're playoff bound, but I think it's a team that definitely has some good building blocks, and it starts with Shea.
Troy, the Knicks, Julius Randle had a good game. He had 25, 10, and 3. Isaiah Hartenstein with 14. Jalen Brunson with 17. Cam Reddish with 26. RJ Barrett did struggle. He shot 2 of 10, 4 points. Emmanuel Quickly with 24 off the bench. So the scoring's honestly pretty spread out. I think the problem with this Knicks team, if it's not quite obvious, giving up that many points, is their defense. Is there anything that can be done for this Knicks team, like to address the issues they have now?
Well, I think that in the offseason they had a chance whenever they maybe not defensively, but they had a chance to go get a guy named Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
And they opted not to pay the price. And for whatever reason, they decided not to, whether it be they thought RJ Barrett was going to be the guy. And if you think that, you look at this box score, he had 4 points, 1 rebound. I don't know if he got hurt. I don't know if he just checked himself out of the game. I watched bits and pieces of the game. I didn't see him go down. I didn't see it on Twitter.
I don't think he got hurt because I watched all this game and
I just think that they turned to different options down the stretch because it's obvious it wasn't his day for whatever reason. RJ Barrett has not had the year that New York Knicks fans would want.
Right.
They expected 24, 25 a game off of his, pretty solid year last year. I think that's more the problem for the Knicks. They don't really have a guy. They're just really, really mediocre with Brunson and Julius Randle kind of being the guys. They need RJ Barrett really, really bad. They're just not getting it right now.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the Knicks pretty hard in the weekly pod coming up. So be sure to stay tuned for that because we will hit the Knicks hard. I can promise you that. But then we'll move on here. The Minnesota Timberwolves came out on top against the Cleveland Cavaliers, 124. For the Cavs, no Donovan Mitchell, no Jared Allen, no Dean Wade, still no Ricky Rubio. Story for the Cavs. Troy, and I'll toss this right over to you. Darius Garland put up a 51 burger last night. He shot 16 of 31, 10 of 15 from the three-point line. Troy, you watched this game closely. What'd you see?
I did. This game was something I had on during Football Sunday was on one TV. I had it on Red Zone, and then I had this game up on another screen. And I honestly wasn't really paying much attention in the first half. It looked like it was just going to be one of those games. It was a 20-point game throughout most of the first half. The Cavs could just never get their footing. And then, my God, Darius Garland in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, this dude put up 25 plus. I think he ended with like 27 in the fourth. This dude put his team on his back, willed them all the way back into the game, didn't take a play off, had the Timberwolves bench, coaching staff, players all shook. They were like, holy cow, we could lose this game. It was nuts. It was literally nuts. I have really dogged Darius Garland over the last few years. My brother, he's a Cavs fan, always reminds me of my hot takes about Darius Garland. I just didn't think he was going to work.
Yeah.
And I texted him last night. I said, okay, I'm ready to admit I was wrong. Darius Garland is a guy. He's just so good. I mean, 10 of 15 from downtown, and 2 of them were just kind of launches towards the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
He was 10 for 13 whenever it was really mattering, when he was getting off good looks. So my God, that this team, man, go get Jay Crowder. I said it, in our preseason prediction video. My hot take was, if they get Jay Crowder, they can contend for a title, and I still stand by that. They're really good.
I mean,
they're really good.
Really, and it's funny because they've lost like 4 or 5 in a row now. I mean, but like you're getting Garland to start playing really well, and it's just a matter of all those guys. They're gonna figure it out. I mean, Evan Mobley struggled. He had 4 points, 13 rebounds, shot 1 of 4 from the floor. So I mean, not ideal, but missing 2 of your starters, I guess you'll give them a break there. For the Timberwolves, Fred, Karl Towns 29, 13, and 3. Rudy Gobert 15 and 13. D'Lo had 30 and 11. D'Lo's first real big game this season. Shot 11 of 13 from the floor. Taurean Prince with 19 off the bench. Fred, this Timberwolves team is 6 and 8. I mean, they're not by any means out of it. We've all touched on the vibes there. What is it that needs to be focused on for this Timberwolves team to really get momentum going and have people on their side?
I think it's what happened last night, and that was D'Lo playing well. I really think he's that third guy they really need to play consistent, because he's known as a very inconsistent player throughout his whole career. But if he can consistently put up games like this, maybe not, of course, 30 every night, but if he can go for 20, 18 on a consistent night, 12 assists, I mean, that's huge. I mean, if they can get him rolling, I really do think they can turn this ship around. And Cat, he's got to shoot more consistent like he did last night. And even Rudy played good defense like he does. And Anthony Edwards, really quiet night, but they still got the win. I know it was a wounded Cavs team, but that's a big win to beat one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. So, long answer shortened. D'Angelo Russell's the key.
I like it. The Washington Wizards defeated the Memphis Grizzlies 102-92. I'm just going to shut up about the Wizards because I called them out and I was like, the Wizards are playing pretty well. Then they lost like 4 in a row. Then after I said maybe I shouldn't have gave the Wizards their credit, they started winning again. So I'm just going to shut up about the Wizards. Denny Avdia had 21. Kristaps Porzingis 25, 6, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 7 of 15 from the floor. Corey Kispert had 12. Monty Morris with 10. Kyle Kuzma with 9. No Bradley Beal. Fred. Should we really start taking this Wizards team serious? I'm done trying to give my 2 cents.
Yeah, man. Kristaps is balling, dude. I mean, he's had a very solid year. Kyle Kuzma looks good. If they can get guys like Avdia. I've been a fan of Monty Morris since he was at Iowa State. I mean, this is a quality, and you're missing your superstar, Bradley Beal. But if you can have Kristaps playing like this and Beal comes into that lineup, that's a sneaky team, bro. I'm telling you.
Consistency is key, and that's just my issue. Kristaps, you can't count on him to.
And maybe playing through Kyle Kuzma's the play. I don't know. He's good, bro.
That's what he's been saying.
Troy, I wanted to hand the Grizzlies off to you because I know me and Fred have hit on them hard. There was no Ja Morant, no Desmond Bane last night. Santi Aldama had 15. Dylan Brooks with a 19. Steven Adams with 12 and 10. Trey Jones stepped in and had 17 for them. What do you see from this Grizzlies team? I know we haven't seen Jaren Jackson Jr. up to this point. He will return this week, I do believe I read. But that backcourt, Troy, has been very, very exciting. They're 9-5 right now. Do you think they're a true contender in the Western Conference again this year?
Yeah, dude, you got to look at it. They were missing Jaren Jackson Jr., Xavier Tillman, Danny Green, who we haven't seen play for the Grizzlies yet, but still a viable rotational piece, Desmond Bane, and Ja Morant. Like those 5 alone, I mean, you put those 5 on the floor at one time, you got a good starting 5. Like seriously, like those 5 dudes. So yeah, this loss, I'm not going to pile on the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies could be really, really special. Steven Adams seems to kind of be figuring out his role more and more. He's starting to become a little bit of a facilitator, like starting to really find dudes on the little high post area. He's done a really good job at just reinvigorating his game. But anytime you have a game where you look at the box score and you see Dylan Brooks shooting the ball 22 times, or Tyus Jones putting up 18 shots, you're not going to win. And that's just not a recipe for success. And that's okay because, like we just said, there were still 5 rotational pieces that aren't out there right now for the Grizzlies. So good win by the Wizards. It was in limbo there for a little bit. It wasn't actually a pretty good game. It was blacked out, so I didn't get to watch it. But I was watching on the Gamecast pretty close. And, yeah, just Washington pulled away when it mattered most. But can't really write too much home about this game when it comes to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, this next game we'll move on because this is the highlight of the NBA world yesterday. And it was the Utah Jazz losing to the Philadelphia 76ers 105-98. Troy, you did predict Joel Embiid would have a big game due to the fact that the Jazz don't have any real true big men. For the Jazz, we'll hit it really quick. Lauri Markkanen 15-10, Kelly Olynyk 14-6, Jared Vanderbilt with 9-10. I love him. He's just a scrappy dude. Jordan Clarkson with 12, Colin Sexton with 15, and Malik Beasley with 18. But the story of the game, Joel Embiid 59, 11, 8 assists, 1 steal, 7 blocks, shot 19-28 from the field. I'm going to hand this off to both of you because I really think this is one of the most special single game performances I've ever seen in my lifetime. What did you guys see from this game that stood out? I mean, obviously putting up 59 is impressive, but like,
MVP.
what about it?
MVP said at the beginning of the year.
I like that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
breakout game. Man, to put up 2K numbers, bro.
Legitimately. Yeah.
You hopped into my career and just started hooping.
Yeah. Back-to-back games.
He's a good Jazz team.
Back-to-back really, really big games for Embiid. I just – some of these free throw numbers just blow my mind. Like, I understand that Embiid's going to get fouled a lot, but 24 free throw attempts in a single basketball game?
It's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. I have to disagree. If you know how to manipulate the game, use it.
I don't even – like, I question manipulating because it's like I was watching it closely and I'm like, he gets beat up. Like, he does.
You can't guard him. You have to foul him.
He gets beat up pretty hard. Now, it's like when it comes to like Trae Young, James Harden type, it's like, okay, you don't need to go on the line. Yeah. But Joel, like he does sometimes, but like he was getting beat up yesterday.
Dude, he's such a smart player, though.
Yeah.
If you can go to the line and get yours, go get it. You better be hitting 20 out of 24.
His mid-range jump shot is just
butter. Yeah, bro. He's Akeem Olajuwon. I mean, they said it. Jay Billis said it in his pre-draft. It's Akeem Olajuwon.
Is 59 the season high we see from any player this year?
No, Jason Tatum's going to break it.
Troy, who's your prediction?
MVP. That's the MVP. You just said it.
No. The dude over in Dallas is the MVP, but
points. Give me Shea. I think Shea's going to score 60 in a game.
God, that would make me so happy. If you don't know, I have a little man crush on Shea.
We all do. He's sexy, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the story of the night. Joel Embiid, 59-11. Unreal.
It's a night of the big men as we move forward.
Mm-hmm. I feel bad for Darius Garland because, like, Twitter is like, oh my God, Darius Garland. And then it's like, oh, but Joel Embiid's better. Sorry, buddy. Move over. Hey, Tyrese Maxey needs to be more consistent, by the way. He has been very poor from the field. He's got to step it up.
Well, you'll let it slide when all you're trying to do is cross half court and give it to Joel Embiid.
But
we'll move on here. 103-126 is the score in Chicago as the Bulls lose to the red hot Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets are rolling right now, man. And it's not behind the back of it is, but it isn't. Behind Nikola Jokic. He had 8, 6, and 14, shot 4-4 from the field.
That's such a Nikola Jokic line.
0 free throw attempts. I mean, it just I addressed this.
He would have scored more if he went to line, Troy. I don't know what that is.
I addressed this a few days ago. It might have been last week where I was like, I just don't know if it's a matter of he's trying to get his guys involved and he knows he can get his whenever, or teams are really, really focused on him. But either way, it's working just fine. Michael Porter Jr. had 31 last night, 11-16. Jamal Murray had 23. He shot 9 of 18. Bruce Brown, 12, 11, and 6 off the bench. I love that. Troy, what do you think it is in Denver right now? Is it Jokic just trying to get everybody else involved?
100%. He knows what he can do. He knows how he can backpack this team to the playoffs. But in order for them to do what I believe they were going to do at the beginning of the year, which was win the Western Conference, he has to have Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown, KCP, all of those guys playing well around him, and knowing if I'm open, my big guy's getting me the ball. He's not just going to stand there and Joel Embiid the game and, dribble the life out of it and then try to get his own stuff. Now Joel Embiid did create for others too last night. I'm not going to get that all twisted, but Jokic is more known for being a facilitator.
14 assists.
Yeah, dude's averaging as a big man 29 and 9 essentially. Like, and we're sitting here like, man, is Jokic taking his foot off the gas? And it's like, my dude's averaging nearly 21, 9 and 9, and that's just how great he is. And yeah, dude, this Nuggets team, I could sing their praises all day long. They're incredible. They're a great team.
Yeah. For the Bulls, DeMar DeRozan had 16, Patrick Williams 15, Zach LaVine 21, Andre Drummond had 13, 11 off the bench. Just inconsistency, Fred, in my opinion. They're 6 and 8 too. It's like there's a lot of teams in the middle of the pack right there. I just worry about this Bulls team because it's like a team like the Heat as well, where it's like you're just seeing the same thing year after year. It feels like, and nothing consistent is coming out of it.
They need a facilitator. They need a true one. They're missing it. I love Ao, but he's not a true one. I think he's a scoring guard more than a facilitator. So every episode, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, Lonzo coming back would be so big for them.
The missing piece.
The Sacramento Kings defeated the Golden State Warriors 122-115. Night of the big man, as Troy said. Domantas Sabonis 26, 22, and 8. De'Aaron Fox had 22, 4, and 8. Keegan Murray had 21. He looked really good last night, coming off high off ball screens, curling to the top of the key, being able to hit the open shot. Malik Monk had 12 off the bench. Kevin Huerter had 17. Troy, you were really, really high on this Kings team, and it seems like momentum's finally starting to go their way. What have you seen?
Offensively, they're unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they haven't even played their best ball yet. I watch every single Kings game. Like, I'm like a huge closet King fan. Like, I love this bunch. Harrison Barnes is yet to play his best games. The key for them, we love saying the key for a certain team. Sabonis being aggressive takes this team to a level that is just like, there's not many teams that can click into a level where they flip 40 points in a quarter. Right. Like, that's pretty rare, especially going against, now granted, the Warriors defense so far this year. I'll get into it later. I cannot wait to hit you guys with some of the stats that I have whipped up in the kitchen. But the Kings scoring 40 points that second quarter, they were down 14 early, flipped the entire quarter on its head, get up 7. I'm not going to pour out the hot takes in a daily episode here, but yeah, dude, this team, they're fun. They're exciting. Get me Kevin Huerter over Jordan Poole any day of the week.
Yeah. For the Warriors, Andrew Wiggins had 26. He shot 10 of 18. I've said it all before. I love Andrew Wiggins. Klay Thompson, 17. He shot 6 of 16. So we're slowly getting back to where he's shooting better. It's just still not where you want it. Steph Curry had 27, 6 and 4, 9 and 17, and Jordan Poole had 18. Fred, we've been really, really hard on this Warriors team, and you especially. Is there anything to be said that hasn't already about this Warriors team in their struggles right now?
Klay Thompson sucks. Jordan Poole is not worth $140 million. Golden State can't guard. Give me Dorian Finney-Smith over Jordan Poole. I'll take your hot take and raise it.
Red Velvet, baby. Red Velvet.
Give me Spencer Dinwiddie over Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
First of all, second of all, third of all, Draymond Green looks lost. I don't care about your numbers.
Yeah, Draymond. I watched that. And I could save a Draymond hot take for a specific video.
Give me Max Strus over Jordan.
Part of me questions like how good Draymond is in another system. But we'll move on.
Oh, he'd be down.
We have if you guys are interested in the Warriors talk, we have the daily pod coming up. Literally, we'll be out on like Wednesday. Yeah, the weekly pod coming up. We're diving into the Warriors. Cannot wait. That's coming up probably Wednesday. It'll be out. So just sit back, wait on that, and we'll ramble on about them.
Troy, your Lakers came out on top 116-103. Lonnie Walker had 25. Anthony Davis, night of the big men, 37 and 18, 15 to 25 from the field. Austin Reeves had 15, and Russell Westbrook had 14, 6 and 12. He shot 4 of 15 from the field, so not ideal, but nonetheless still able to help the Lakers get out that victory there. Troy, Lakers are now 3 and 10. Not ideal, but do you have hope for this season?
Yeah, dude, the schedule kind of opens up. and it's one of those things. They're only 3 games out of a playoff spot. So all hope is not lost. Dennis Schroeder, Thomas Bryant, both should be clear. They have this long break coming up. They'll play their next games on Friday. So a lot of time in between now and their next game. I think the biggest story, one, Anthony Davis finally going out there and saying, hey, I'm going to win my team a game.
Yeah.
Like, you're a 29-year-old superstar. You should do that for your team every now and again. Maybe even every game, especially when you're 2-10. The second one, the Kendrick Nunn fall off is just bad. He doesn't look like he knows if he's coming or going out there. He looks so lost. In the preseason, he looks so good. Now he looks terrible. And Max Christie, his development, Fred loved him as a prospect. So shouts out to you. But I think we were more high on his scoring ability. Now he's like turning
9 rebounds.
He's turning into an athletic rebounder.
Josh Hart.
That's a great comp actually. Because I mean, Max Christie. Give me all him. I love him getting minutes. Get Matt Ryan out of there in terms of big minutes. He should only play with LeBron because that's the only time we get any sort of production out of him. But yeah, I think the Lakers did a good job with formulating the roster with Troy Brown Jr., Lonnie Walker, some pretty good pickups there. They're just missing one trade. They're a trade away from being a solid team. Maybe not a title contender, but still a solid team. And who knows if they'll make it or win. But yeah, big win.
Right, I'm going to set you up with a little sneak peek into our weekly pod. Kevin Durant had 31, 9, and 7. Edmund Sumner had 13. I think he's stepped up and played pretty well for them. Cam Thomas with 15, Yuta Watanabe with 11. News came out that they're looking to shop Joe Harris. Fred, are the Nets close to just kind of blowing up and trying to restart?
Yeah, I do, and I think it's going to get to a point where KD is going to request a trade. I think Kyrie's going to quit playing basketball altogether and take on his political party. But yeah, dude, it's just not there. I mean, KD's not an idiot.
Yeah,
he's going to win out.
We're seeing Kevin Durant still at the top of his game. I mean, 31, 9, 7, like I said, 8 of 16 from the field. KD's still doing KD things, and it's just like I just don't think the help's around him to really do anything this year. I mean, they're sitting right now 6-8. They're 6-8 too. You know what I mean? So it's like another team that's like in the middle of the pack. There's moments where they look really good. Now, granted, it was like a back-to-back in Los Angeles, so I guess you would kind of expect them to lose one of them. But I don't like what's going on in Brooklyn right now.
No, they haven't had culture since their trade with Boston, where they got the big three. It didn't work then, and they got their big three with James, Kyrie, and KD.
Well, they kind of turned the corner with that young team that was fun.
D'Lo, that all-star year, yeah.
Then they blew it up. So
I mean, I would too. I mean, you think you're getting KD, Kyrie, and James. You're like, oh, this will work, and then it's like, But I don't know what teams value Kevin Durant anymore. I'd like to see him go to Washington, but we can talk about that another day.
Yeah,
that is his hometown.
So that's all the games from a good Sunday. So we've got 7 games here on a Monday night. We'll get through these quickly. 7:00, the Raptors take on the Pistons in Detroit. Give me the Raptors. Fred?
I love the Raptors, man. Give me the Raptors as well.
Troy?
Pistons,
I like that. 7:00, the Magic take on the Hornets. LaMelo Ball is back. Is he? I would assume he's playing tonight. Yep. Either way, I've sung this Magic's praise for a while. Give me the Magic. Fred?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Magic as well. I hate the Hornets, dude. They're so bad. I don't even know why I put them in my playing game. I'm an idiot.
No Paolo tonight for the Magic. Give me all the Hornets. Hornets big.
Oh, big, he says.
Big.
This game will be a very good game in my opinion. 7:30 in Boston. The Celtics host the Thunder. This will be so fun. Shea, he's going to have to work for his tonight, but I still think he can. Nonetheless, Celtics 10-3. Give me the Celtics.
You know how I said Jason's going for over 60?
Tonight?
Hey, he's seen all the love on Twitter, all the socials, getting all the love for the big point scores last night. I could see it.
Hey,
Celtics
listen, I'm a Jaylen Brown guy.
He had a great weekend.
Yeah,
I called you out in the daily yesterday, Fred. I don't know if you saw it. Jason Tatum, he might go for 60.
I watched it.
But the Celtics.
Listen, but y'all call me crazy. I'm
crazy.
Slightly insane. Like, I should go on mental institute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should be like, all right, you crazy. But like, when I said it, y'all ready?
7:30, the Miami Heat are hosting the Phoenix Suns. The Heat, they're starting to get some nice things out of some of their role players. Still, I'm not crazy about them. Give me the Suns.
Suns.
Heat.
8:00, the Clippers take on the Houston Rockets in Houston. I want to swerve and take the Rockets, but I'm gonna go Clippers.
Give me Tari Eason and the Rockets.
This is my game of the night. I kid you not. Whenever I saw this slate, I think the Rockets win. I think it's so close. I think this is a game we could see a game winner. I think Kevin Porter Jr. goes for 40. That was my hot take for the video.
Wow.
Kevin Porter Jr. goes for 40. See you tomorrow.
Wow.
When it happens. When it happens.
8:00.
Give Tari Eason more time, bro. Please.
8:00. The Hawks travel to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks. I'm gonna take the Hawks. I think I watched that victory last week where they gave the Bucks their first loss. Give me the Hawks.
Bucks haven't won a game since I said they were going to break the Warriors' regular season win record. I'm going to go with the Hawks. Give me all of DeJounte Murray. What do y'all call him? I call him DeJounte.
DeJounte.
I know.
10:00, last game of the night. The Warriors take on the Spurs. Big game from Keldon Johnson? ? Give me the Spurs.
He's way better than Jordan Poole. I'll say that. Go Spurs.
I got Warriors by 15.
Troy swerving on absolutely every pick.
You guys are going the road dogs tonight. You guys
I think I just said whatever
roads.
Caleb said. I didn't subconsciously was like, I'll just go with Caleb.
But yeah, that a great night in the NBA after a great weekend. We got a lot of content coming your way this week, so stay tuned. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend. We will see you all tomorrow.